episode 132. My name is Armando, and I'm joined by Noah
Hey!
and Mr. Connor.
Hello.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm all right. It's a Friday. We're finally in that winter season.
Yeah,
It's
summer
getting
first, man.
it's getting cold, which I have mixed feelings on.
It's the first day of Christmas for a lot of
That's
people.
right.
Yeah.
Next
So
week's last week of class for me, so that's hype.
Nice. Yeah. Well, this is Nintendo Unleashed. This is it's a weekly podcast, right? I
It
missed
is.
a couple. Yes.
Kind
It
of.
is
Okay.
for the most part.
Okay. So it's Blaze Geeks almost weekly podcast. Sometimes, if we can get together to record, then it's a weekly podcast. And well, we have a couple of topics for you guys today. We're going to talk about Animal Crossing Pocket. What's it called?
Pocket camp.
Pocket Camp. There we go. Just call it Animal Crossing.
We all know what you
and
mean.
yeah, and then we're gonna talk about other general Nintendo news and other good stuff. Well, I don't know, guys. What should we start with? What's the regular thing to hear?
So what we're playing. I always like to start with Connor. I like to pick on Connor. Connor, what have you been playing?
Oh,
Lovely.
bully. Um, let's see. I played Pokemon Ultra Sun and City Skylines and Animal Crossing and Love Live and Pokemon Go, and that's it.
Nice. How about you,
Nice.
Armando? Have you had game time? I know sometimes you're busy.
I've played Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Played it quite a bit actually.
Okay, so we'll finally all be able to talk about that now. Cool.
I really like it.
It's a good game. I enjoy it.
Yeah, same here. Like, it works for me because like sometimes I don't have a lot of like time just to dedicate to a game. I can just like pick it up and just like do whatever while I'm working.
Right.
I usually play it while I work.
Mhm.
It's pretty bad because I'm just like, but it's like easy enough to just like do anything, right? I can just like
Yeah.
fish while I'm like talking to people and
Right.
stuff, or just do other stuff in general.
Mhm.
I've been playing that. What else? I just picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh, did you? Awesome. Started playing yet?
No, I just downloaded the Japanese pack.
Okay, cool.
I'll play it like how it was intended to be.
Yes. Well, I'm personally a big fan of like the British voice acting, but I can understand the original.
Yeah, and I got the special edition.
Oh, cool.
I
It
like
seems
it.
The box is pretty magnificent for that one.
Yes, I really like the box. But yeah, I think I'm gonna probably spend I hope I can spend a lot of time in Xenoblade.
Mhm.
I still haven't finished Mario.
Oh wow.
So-
Do you remember how far you are?
In Mario?
Yeah.
Dude, I tried to play it. I remember I told you I was in the Mexican thing.
Yeah.
Like, I barely finished that part. Now I'm like in the night. The same area but at night.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like, I
You have a
haven't even made it to
long
the
way to
city,
go.
man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the
So-
city's like you're not even close to the city. The city's like halfway through the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like maybe almost a quarter of the way through.
Man. Dude, I was gonna play it over the weekend, over the
Mhm.
Thanksgiving weekend. But then I was like, I have some time. I'm gonna record a song. So I ended up recording
Nice.
a song. Plug Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
KK Boza.
Mhm.
Go listen to it. Link. It's gonna be on the description and everything.
Exactly.
You're gonna use it as an intro, right?
Oh, we
Yeah.
have to.
Yes. But I was gonna play it, but then I just got busy, and then I kind of wanted to start Pokemon Ultra Moon, but then I started it, and I saw that it was like the exact same thing, so I just like stopped.
That's what I've been saying all this time.
It was, dude, the intro is the exact same thing. I was like, nah, I don't
No,
want
it's
to do
not.
this.
You don't have to run up to the top of the shrine to get your starter. You just get your starter at the bottom this time.
Oh no, so it doesn't take
wow.
as long to do those resets.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna end up doing resets anyway, so I was like,
Mm.
I'm just gonna play Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And I just played Animal Crossing. So
Good choice.
yeah, that's about it for me.
I've been playing also Animal Crossing. We're gonna go sort of in depth on some more impressions later, though. I have been playing quite a bit of The Witcher 3. I think I started playing this last week-ish. At some point, about halfway through the week, I was getting frustrated because there was this super tough quest I was doing. It was like, oh, why can't I kill this spider? It keeps killing me in one hit. But then I realized the recommended level for that side quest was level 30, and I was like level 3. So I was like, oh, I know why this is so difficult. So I stopped doing that right away, continued following the main story. And I'm actually enjoying the main story quite a bit. I'm mostly sticking to it, doing some smaller side quests. Like I just did a horse race one, which was pretty fun. But mostly main story. And yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot. The story is really well done. The environments, it's possibly the most gorgeous game I've ever played. At least in terms of lighting. God, especially at like sunset, the game looks so good. It's unbelievable. And I thought, like, Breath of the Wild, I still think looks great. And that game definitely is a more stylized art style. But this game the technical power on display is incredible. This is a game that I would love to play on like a PS4 Pro or something like that. The story is also great. What I will say, even for someone who hasn't put a ton of hours into the game, they do a good job getting you really invested, and there have even been some pretty emotional moments so far. Like there's this one, I'm just gonna talk about it because first of all, this game came out a few years ago, and this is early game. But there's this guy who's like the Baron of Blood or whatever. And his wife had a miscarriage, and he buried the dead child. But you have to go dig up the dead child, and now it's like this monster. And then he has to like carry it into the castle, and it's just like, it's such a moment. It's like, oh, I was not expecting to have so many feelings during this game. But it's been really nice. Making some good progress. And now I'm in like this pretty big town, which is a very impressive area. I have no idea how long it takes to beat this game. I'm guessing a very long time, but I'm enjoying it so far. And for now, I guess I'll stick with it. And that's kind of been it for me. Haven't had a ton of time. It's been busy. So, yeah, that's it. Anyway, thank you guys for sharing. I'll go into the Nintendo download for this week, which, like every other week in the past 2 months, is absolutely jam full of games. First of all, Switch retail. Of course, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 available now. That's a full $60 release. I believe you can also download like the complete edition or whatever for $80, which includes the season pass. And as our eShop exclusives, we have Serial Cleaner, which I'm not entirely sure how to describe this one. I mean, I think it's sort of a Hotline Miami-like, but I guess with cleaning elements. Again, I haven't seen the game, but if I could wager a guess, it's like maybe you have to kill the baddies and then clean their corpses or something. I don't know. Looks good, though. It's by Curve Digital, who's pretty reliable publisher. 9 Parchments from Frozen Byte. These are the guys who made Trine 2. I don't know if you guys ever played that one on Wii U. It was a eShop launch title on Wii U. And so this is a $20 top-down, sort of almost in the style of Diablo, and you can do online or local co-op with up to 4 players. I actually tried the demo with some buddies that came over, and it was pretty fantastic. What's fun about the games these guys make is that, you know, you can take it seriously, or you can also really mess with your friends, and they do that very well, where it's not super punishing, because you can like revive each other pretty easily, but you can definitely screw around with your friends. So, Caveman Warriors is described as a colorful brawler. Siberia 2 is this very bizarre point-and-click game with very, very creepy PlayStation 1 looking renders on the eShop. Opus, The Day We Found Earth. It's a cheaper title, but appears to be narrative-centric. Star Ghost is a side-scrolling space shooter. One that's got quite a bit of buzz is called Mujo. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Jim Sterling just did a video on it. And it is a $10 port of a free mobile game with microtransactions intact. So we've seen a few ports to Switch of mobile games where they remove the microtransactions and you just get all the content. But this, again, it costs money, unlike the mobile version, and has microtransactions. So I feel like if you're going to keep microtransactions in, microtransactions are fine as long as you make the game free, but it's not free. It's $10. So it just seems almost like a scam. And apparently it's not even a great port, a lazy port. So
It's
definitely...
not, the aspect ratio isn't fixed. It's still what the mobile aspect ratio is.
Yeah.
So basically think of like they put Animal Crossing Pocket Camp on the Switch, but didn't stretch out the horizontal.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, when it originally launched, the microtransactions were actually more expensive on the Switch than they were in game.
Yeah, but it sounds like they were
Or
able
in
to
the mobile
bring
game.
the prices down. Yeah, so regardless, probably steer clear of this one. But if you're very intrigued, you can just try it on mobile for free. World Heroes is, of course, the Neo Geo game of the week. And on Wii U,
Whoa.
Draw a Stickman, Epic 2. Which, okay. I guess you can finally draw a Stickman.
Hype.
Also on Wii U. Bomberman 93 on Virtual Console. Please just put those on Switch already. And Blade Load Runner, which is TurboGrafx 16. So, again, a jam-packed week here. I usually like to avoid giving the pick of the week to the main Nintendo release. So if I had to pick anything here, I'd probably have to go with Nine Parchments. Again, it's the one I'm most familiar with. Played the demo. It's great. And if you're not sure if you want to check it out, just try the demo. The demo doesn't support the online. It only supports local. So you're going to want to gather some friends around for it. It's really a game that's meant to be played with others. But it's super polished. It looks beautiful on Switch. Simple controls. Anyone can pick up and play. Definitely check it out. $20. I assumed it was going to be a bit pricier. So I might actually have to check it out at that price. So definitely good stuff there. Great developers. Anyway, our first piece of news is possibly one of the most exciting pieces of news to grace the show in a while now. A couple weeks ago, or last week, it was sort of rumored that this Mario cereal was going to be on the way from Kellogg's, sort of almost Super Mario Odyssey branded. I think, yeah, it's got like the Odyssey in the upper right corner there. It's pretty darn close. So yeah, I think it was originally leaked on like retailer listings or something, but now we have the official Business Wire. And we know that this is indeed an amiibo, which is fun. We don't know what it does. I'm guessing it'll probably just be one of the ones like that's just generic and shows you where a moon is or something.
Their press release says what it does.
Oh, does it?
Those playing Super Mario Odyssey game can tap the cereal box on the Nintendo Switch like you would an amiibo to reveal gold coins or a heart in game.
Ah, great. How useful. Things that are scattered everywhere. I guess it's more of the novelty of it being a cereal box that's an amiibo, but it would be cool if the reward was like a weird hat or something, or like you can make Mario have a cereal bowl on his head. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, lots of excitement around this one just because Nintendo's not made a cereal since I think the 80s or 90s, and there's definitely some Nintendo cereal nostalgia. I believe this is launching December 11th. I feel like we're a cereal enthusiast podcast now talking about cereal release dates. I mean, I will definitely be trying to hunt this down. I don't know about you guys.
You should make a video.
Oh yeah, I can unboxing and impressions.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
dude, unboxing and tasting.
Yeah.
Oh. Blaze Kick Eats.
People to scout cereal.
Yeah, honestly.
There's your Blaze Kick Eats video.
Oh yeah, then we can start it off. Yeah, good stuff. Got to jumpstart that sub channel somehow.
It's also US only, so.
Oh yeah.
Like me, you're out of luck.
If I can get an extra box, I'll ship it up to you. Yeah. So Mario cereal, exciting stuff. I really want a Zelda cereal. With a little Triforces and Octoroks and stuff, but I doubt that's going to happen. Not really as much of a child brand as Mario.
So what do you guys think happened that Nintendo's suddenly making a cereal now?
I mean,
Or they were approached by Kellogg's for cereal again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's definitely part of their initiative of trying to do more with their brands. Like we saw the Vans stuff a couple of years back. We saw there's a doorbell. We saw Vans. We saw the Uniqlo T-shirt contest collab, and this I guess just feels like a natural continuation of it. In terms of it being purely Mario centric, I mean, you can definitely attribute that to Mario Odyssey being the title that they're wanting to promote the most this holiday season. I think so.
Yeah.
Seems like a natural fit. The amiibo is definitely a cool touch. Like up until now, we've seen them sort of saying, "Oh, amiibo comes in many forms. Like we've got plushes, we've got cards, and finally food." So that's definitely a charming. Also, there's a maze on the back, which it would be so cool if they could tie that into Odyssey somehow. Like, if you clear the maze, you can get a moon in Odyssey. I don't know. Or no, it would be awesome if the amiibo gave you a unique moon. You can only get using the box. It was like buy Super Mario series.
Rip everyone outside of the U.S.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Japan.
that'd be a challenge. There would be a serious scalping crisis for 100% completionists.
Do you guys think this is gonna be hard to find though?
I think it might, just because of again, it feels like we're talking about amiibo, but it depends on what they stock it. Because I've seen a lot of hype online for this bad boy, but then again, it's cereal. You don't really see cereal going out of stock.
Dude, I can just imagine people calling Walmarts or grocery stores.
Yeah, y'all got that Super Mario cereal in the back. You gotta do that
in the back. I can legit imagine.
There's gonna be. I guarantee there's gonna be some people waiting in line outside of Target at 6 a.m.
Oh, there's gonna be people on BreakSticker.com trying to get those.
Oh God.
Where they are at, man.
This is what we come to, cereal. Honestly, it feels more appropriate to be excited for cereal than amiibo, so I'm fine with it. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's a better value proposition. You get an awesome looking box and you get food. You need that to live, so it's like, what more could you want?
Oh, and apparently they sell those plastics to cover your cereal boxes.
Oh yeah, I saw. I think you tweeted that or something. Yes, you can preserve it.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I can honestly see this becoming, a collector's item. So, hey, you might want to pick it up. I'll probably have one to eat and one to display. With amiibo, it's one to.
You're so hungry that you.
Yeah. What if it's the apocalypse and that's the only food that's left? It's do you open it? That's quite the scenario.
Yeah, the collector value is gonna go down for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Super Mario cereal. So next up, well, that Mario cereal was sort of the confirmation of a rumor. We have another new, I guess, rumor being born. I'm not sure how official this is being treated, but essentially I believe we can say with confidence that a Reddit user did indeed receive an internal email from EA, and this is not a fake email. I guess it sort of goes over the promotional cycle for EA's upcoming indie thing. I don't know if it's pronounced Fee or Faye. I'm just going to refer to it as Fee for consistency. But it's part of this initiative they're doing where they're publishing quote unquote indie stuff. And in this, I guess, flowchart, they have these different dates of how we're going to advertise the game. And it says January Nintendo Directs, Switch trailer, hands-on previews, Zoink Studio, Prangles web update.
I think that's
sure
VR.
VR angles. I guess Prangles. Yeah. So what's worth noting here is that it says to be confirmed. So it's not confirmed. But I guess what's not confirmed is the date. It does sound like there will indeed be a Nintendo Direct featuring this game in either, most likely January, but who knows, might get pushed to February. So I guess this isn't a huge surprise. I would honestly say the most surprising thing about this is not that a Nintendo Direct is happening, but that an EA game is going to be featured. Because that is not too great of a relationship, as we have observed in the past 7 years. What initially held promise has quickly fallen apart thanks to the Wii U. So yeah, not much to say there. January's been traditionally a month for directs. Of course, there was the legendary January 2013 direct where we got the reveals of Xenoblade X, Yoshi's Woolly World, Wind Waker HD, a bunch of stuff. So, who knows? Maybe that will be this caliber because we don't know a lot about Switch 2018. We'll have to wait and see. Those are predictions for another time.
January 2013 actually had 3 directs.
Really? What?
Yeah, there was the Pokemon X and Y Direct January 8th, Wii U and Virtual Console, which is what you were just talking about,
Yeah.
January 23rd, and then an Animal Crossing New Leaf one, January 24th.
Oh, wow.
And then another Animal Crossing New Leaf one, February 1st.
Huh.
Oh, sorry, the 2 Animal Crossing ones. The first one was South Korea only, and the second was Japan only.
But still, that is quite the dense period.
And then last January, we got, 2014, there was a direct based on 3DS games. And January 2015, the new 3DS was revealed, and there was Wii U and 3DS games. And then January 20, so there was no January 2016 one.
How about 2017?
They wrecked a pattern. And not even close. Pokemon Sun and Moon were February 26th, and the last one before that was the Smash Bros. One, December 15th.
Yikes. Well, that's a shame, but hopefully the trend will be revived this time around. And yeah, that's something to look forward to. I guess that's a month away at this point. Anyway, so something I've seen quite a bit of talking about is that a My Hero Academia game has been announced for Switch and PS4. I know this is an anime that is rather popular right now, and it sounds like this game will be some sort of action-style game. Connor, how much have you heard about this one?
Developing it.
Bandai Namco is publishing it. We don't know if it's in-house or if they're just publishing it and someone else is developing it. I don't think we actually know genre either. We've just seen like a couple screenshots, and they have started some like popular anime off with fighting games. So could be fighting, could be action.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's more information at Jump Festa, which I think is late January sometime. And even though technically it's only been revealed through Shonen Jump so far, it's basically confirmed to be coming here because the original teaser website's URL is MHAOJ, which My Hero Academia over Justice, but the Japanese title's Boku no Hero, so that MHA doesn't stand for it.
There you have it, folks. Teased. Confirmed.
Plus, it's region free anyway, and if it's just a fighting game, then it's not like you're gonna need to be able to read that.
Yeah, I think it's most likely that it's gonna come over here though.
Yeah. That series kind of blew up here after season 1 finished.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it will come over here.
Good stuff. I should probably check that one out. I've heard a lot.
It's pretty good. I actually like it. It's one of the few shows that I like, new shows that I actually dig. So
anyway,
that comes from someone that just finished Naruto for like the 5th time. So.
Anyway, it is Pocket Camp time. Not only can we all finally share our impressions together, but also we can briefly discuss an event which just started, which is a Christmas type event. So, first of all, Armando, you have not yet been on the podcast to discuss your impressions of this game. At least, I don't think so. So, share what you think so far.
Okay. So, I went into the game. First of all, I didn't watch the direct. Didn't watch it at all. I knew there was an Animal Crossing game coming out, but I was like, I was just like in the dark about it, you know?
Yeah.
I went into blackout basically for some reason. It wasn't intentional. It just happened. But yeah, I downloaded the game when it came out, and I was actually surprised. You know, how there's it's actually pretty entertaining. I really like that. You know, you can basically like craft your like your furniture and everything. but there's a level progression to that type, because otherwise, you wouldn't just craft anything you want. I like that you can invite other villagers just to hang out in your campsite. There's some I don't like. I don't like that sometimes they don't show up unless you have a certain thing that you want.
Yeah, that's definitely a strange mechanic. Doesn't seem super realistic. It's like, oh, I will not come to your house unless you have this table.
Exactly.
But then once I'm there, if you get rid of it, that's whatever.
That's true.
Yeah, so they just don't leave, right? I mean, they stay because they already visited your camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I found that kind of tedious just because at the first maybe hour or two that I played with it, I was just crafting stuff and then putting stuff on my camp. My camp looks like crap, by the way. It's just filled with generic stuff. I still need to customize it. It does have KK on there, so I'm proud of that. So yeah, I really like that. I like the kudos system. I like that. I like
The what?
The kudos.
Kudos. Yeah.
Yeah, to friends.
Right.
I really like that you're able to just put stuff on the market and then your friends can buy it. Stuff like that.
Oh, that's a fun one too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here actually. I guess I don't know. I do have some gripes with it. Just the crafting system as well. Just sometimes it takes really 4 hours to make something.
Well, such is the mobile life, right?
Yeah, but then again, they're doing that way. You spend your tickets, and then
right.
you run out of tickets. You're like, oh well, let me just buy some more tickets.
And the one thing I touched on this briefly last week. While those times can be annoying, it's worth remembering back to New Leaf where you have these public works projects, right?
Yeah.
Which take time, but I guess this is a similar deal, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't mind it a lot, actually. I'm just playing it as if it was Animal Crossing, where I would just dedicate an hour or two a day, where I don't spend any cash on it. I haven't spent anything on it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there.
So far, Fire Emblem, where I spent $10 maybe trying to get Lucina. I didn't get her,
nice.
So I was stopped. But yeah, I haven't spent anything in Animal Crossing, and I don't plan on doing so anytime soon. I'm just playing it just like I play Animal Crossing, just here and there. Even better, just because I have my phone everywhere with me.
Right. Yeah, I feel like this is a nice game to check into twice a day, because once in the morning, and when you come back again, the fruit trees will have regrown. So it's oh, nice.
Exactly. So I at least and that's what I actually do, man. That I actually play in the morning, and then at night, just pop in for 20-30 minutes just to see what's up. And that's my usual routine. I gotta say though, this game is making me want to start New Leaf again, but the thing is that I don't want to start again. Animal Crossing is it takes time and dedication to actually make something out of it, I feel like I already wasted or put in a lot of hours to my New Leaf profile that I don't want to start again.
Right, I can understand that.
I'm probably just gonna wait until the new one comes out then, and keep my Animal Crossing needs basically fulfilled with this game.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me too much if we see a new one in 2018, maybe announced in the Direct in January.
Yeah. No, and I was actually really, really surprised that this game became really popular, at least on social media.
Yeah, no, there's been a lot of buzz around this one, and for me, actually, aside from Pokemon Go, because everyone was playing that, but I guess what I'm observing is especially in my local area and at my school, people picked up Mario Run for a day, but then stopped because of the whole $10 thing. Very few people touched Fire Emblem at my school because Fire Emblem's very niche. But Animal Crossing, a lot of people at my school have been playing it who haven't really played a lot of Nintendo games recently. So it's very cool to see. I'm exchanging friend codes and all that. So yeah, it's been awesome in terms of community engagement and stuff. And obviously, if you look back at New Leaf, a large part of what made that game popular was sort of the online community. So many people made Instagram and Tumblr accounts dedicated to sort of showing off their towns.
and that's happening here too.
Yeah, so clearly Animal Crossing is a game that thrives off social media. And
oh yeah, for sure. Like like this reminded me of the time where New Leaf came out, where
Mhm.
everyone, at least I was more active on Twitter, and I remember like everyone was talking about their times on Twitter.
yeah,
Everyone was posting screenshots. You know that convoluted
right.
thing that Nintendo had to post screenshots on 3DS, or still has.
Yeah, it
You
was
know, a lot of people.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were doing that. I was doing that, and I just see like this game a lot more. It's a lot more prevalent for sure than, for example, Mario Run.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
just because it has more of a social aspect for sure, where you can share with people, you know, what you have, what you've done, and you know, stuff that the villagers have said, stuff like that, which makes it really cool. I think it's a really cool thing.
I agree. Plus, it's free, which that certainly helps.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely.
And to your point, where you said that at school, like you've exchanged like friend codes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right. Whereas where Mario or even Fire Emblem came out, where some people were playing Mario, but Fire Emblem not really. I've seen that effect as well. Like even in like one of my, I went to UNM, my college, and I met a couple people that normally that I know already, but I didn't know they played games, but they were playing Animal Crossing. I was like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just playing Animal Crossing. I'm like, why? You know, I was surprised.
Mhm.
And I didn't see that with Mario or other stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And for that reason, I think Animal Crossing on 2018 and Switch would just be so smart because, just like with Pokemon Go, it's almost like there's a trend or something. I've seen so many people talking about this game in the context of, oh, I want to go back and play. They always call them the DS Animal Crossings now, which is my favorite. So yeah, certainly I think there's a newfound demand for the traditional games of the series. Matter of fact, I think last week on like the Japanese 3DS eShop, New Leaf shot up to number 2. So
Really?
there's definitely an effect there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think if we see Animal Crossing Switch in like say spring or summer of next year, I think that could just do really well, you know, in terms of selling Switches, honestly, because again, as fun of an experience this is, really one of the big things it does is kind of leave you wanting something bigger. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I totally get what you mean there.
and it worked. Again, we've seen this in practice. It worked really well with Pokemon Go. Like, I forget the exact numbers, but I know Pokemon Sun and Moon just did so well at launch thanks to those games, and the older games got a huge sale boost as well. So
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, obviously don't rush it. Maybe rush it a little, but this, I don't know. It feels like the sooner Nintendo gets Animal Crossing on Switch out, the better.
Was Splatoon 2 the Animal Crossing team again, or was it a new team?
I'm not entirely sure. I know Splatoon 1 was very much an Animal Crossing team deal.
Yeah, because if Splatoon 2 was, I don't think Animal Crossing would come to Switch next year.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, I don't know how easy it will be to port stuff. Like, they have most of the character models in that app they released on the Wii U that you can just walk around for some reason.
Right. As well as stuff from the Mario Kart 8 map. Yeah, so they've got a lot of assets.
Yeah, so they have assets, but I don't know like how easy the rest of the stuff is and figuring out like new events and stuff. Are we going to be mayor again, or is there going to be some new twist to it? So if Splatoon 2 was the same team, I think we might like see it announced next year, but not release.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it's one of those wait and see things. I feel like it would. I mean, I feel like that's definitely a realistic possibility. I just feel like it would be so unwise, you know, with how big the Animal Crossing hype is. But realistically,
you also don't want to kill it by releasing a super buggy game.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
or just like basically, well, I don't know. Maybe New Leaf HD would just be what people want. And
right. I mean, I remember
I think like City
Yeah, City Folk was basically Wild World HD for all intents and purposes.
Well, not HD.
I mean, yeah, or 480p. Yeah, because I remember back when that came out, I'd never played an Animal Crossing. City Folk was my first, so for me, I loved it. But looking back at internet feedback on the game later, it seemed generally negative. Because it seemed like for a lot of folks, it was too similar to Wild World. So I guess I would fear backlash if this. I feel like we would see similar backlash if this was like New Leaf 2, essentially. I feel like it would be smart for them to sort of shake it up like they have. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. Obviously, a New Leaf HD situation would be quicker, and maybe that's what's best, but we don't know what they've got planning. So, yeah. Hopefully we'll hear something about it next year, though. Exciting stuff.
For sure.
Anyway, Xenoblade 2.
One thing I'd like to mention. I finally got a good shirt, but it wasn't even through the marketplace. It was because there's some Google Play event thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where just for having an Android and linking your My Nintendo account, you get 2 rainbow shirts, one with Isabelle and one with KK Slider. Not really sure why, but thanks, Android.
They're pretty adorable. Also, there's a free Santa hat in your mailbox, so go check that out.
Yeah, that's a part of the Christmas thing.
Good stuff.
You can also build special jingle furniture, and there's like special reward or goals currently.
And it's very strange. It's like they've introduced a new material just for this event in the form of candy canes. It seems almost devious, but yeah.
They'll probably do that with all the events, though.
Candy for Halloween.
Yeah, or shamrocks for St. Patrick. I don't know. Is St. Patrick's in Animal Crossing? I forget.
I don't think so. I can guarantee they'll do Easter eggs for Easter, though. Armz, were you saying something?
No, I forgot.
Oh, it's fine. But yeah, do check that out. You get those candy canes while you can, because you'll need them if you want that sweet furniture. Anyway, Xenoblade 2 released on the day of recording, and reviews came out, I think, the day before this. And they've been mostly positive. In terms of the general agreement between reviewers, basically, if you enjoyed Xenoblade 1 on Wii/new 3DS, you will enjoy this game. It is very much similar in terms of story, music, world. It's definitely more similar to the original than X, which that I don't think that surprises anyone, because it sort of sounds like that's what the devs had in mind from the beginning.
That's music to my ears, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I haven't beaten either X or the original, but from what I've played, I've enjoyed the original, I think, more. I just love the focus on story. I think it lends itself really well to that world. And in terms of stuff that's new to this game, one thing that has been, I don't know if controversial is the right word, but definitely subject of discussion, is the character designs have definitely been off the rails to some extent. I actually didn't hear a ton about that in the reviews, which I guess kind of surprised me. I still have mixed feelings. Rex has definitely grown on me. I didn't like his design very much at first, but his outfit has grown on me. Pyra is obviously a primary subject of discussion, and again, for me, it's
the girl that's like wearing all red.
Yeah.
I saw a great image of her getting hit and wind blowing, and her boobs just like flopping everywhere as if her armor's made of cloth.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of talk around her on forums and everything like that. So, but her voice acting is actually great. So, hey, she's got somebody who enjoys. Huh?
The English one or the Japanese one?
The English. From what I heard, she's one of the best English voices in the game.
Her Japanese voice actress is Miyuki Sawashiro, so I'd say that's probably a good sign if you're into playing in Japanese.
She's covered on all fronts then.
I'm gonna play in Japanese.
How could you?
Just
anyway.
for Miyuki Sawashiro.
So a couple other points from reviews. One which kind of struck me as odd, and I don't know if this is a glitch or a design choice. So load times are a bit quicker, but when you load into the world, not all of the geometry and textures will be loaded right away. They'll take time to pop in. And so when you first load into an area, it can look just very, very bizarre for like maybe 5 seconds, which I don't know. Obviously, it's not a big deal, but I'm the kind of guy who I would rather just see load times that are 10 seconds longer. So when I spawn into the world, everything is ready. It just definitely helps with like the immersion in the world. Also, I've heard the music is fantastic, surprising no one. So I'll probably have to check this game out at some point. Hopefully, Armz can get his impressions for us in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I like legit. This is gonna be like I really liked Xenoblade Chronicles. I played it. I played it on 3DS.
God, I want to play. I want to play now tonight. I just want to buy 2, damn it.
Yeah, see, I wasn't really hyped for it too, but then I was starting watching videos about it, and then I just remembered playing Xenoblade Chronicles, and I was like, yeah, I really like fell in love with this game, but I never had the time to finish it because it's a long.
Yeah, it's like 100
game.
hours.
Yeah,
the story is 100 hours.
Yeah, but this what sucks is that I really want to know what happens in Xenoblade Chronicles, but I kind of want to play it by myself, for myself, and not spoil it. But it's so good. It's a really good game. So like I love Xenoblade Chronicles, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like Xenoblade Chronicles too, based on the reviews that I've also read. Where they've said that if you like the first one, you're gonna like the second one, but if you didn't really like it, so it's not gonna be your thing,
Yep.
I personally like the style, the new style that Chronicles 2 has.
Yeah. Oh, I can tell you this. I like it a hell of a lot better than the style in X. Because
oh yeah, for sure.
Like anything is better than that. Like those were just the least appealing character designs imaginable. It looked like a generic. Like it did not look like a Nintendo game. It looked like a generic MMO published in 2008.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, if you take a look at the character designs from Chronicles, they look exactly the same as X.
Well, but I feel like they have a little. They at least have a little more personality happening, right?
Kinda. Yeah.
I feel like they like the characters in X are just devoid of emotion, and certainly the original Chronicles having the British voice acting helps too. I think that's for people who are playing with big voice acting. I almost feel like that's a staple of the series. Whereas they removed most of it with X, and they just had this generic 4Kids dubs. So
in X, isn't the protagonist silent too?
Yep.
So yeah, that probably takes away character because it takes a lot to make a silent protagonist have character.
Yeah, I mean they do it like, and it's also customizable, so it's not really a character; it's like an avatar, I mean, obviously, to look at a recent example, I think Link as a silent protagonist in Breath of the Wild is fantastic.
The
protagonist of Persona.
Yeah. But they did not do it very well at all in Xenoblade X. So I definitely prefer having that talkative British protagonist who screams every 5 seconds, even if it means it's more charming. So.
I'm really feeling it.
Yeah. The new one in this game. I don't know if you. I don't know if you. It's a clip from Kotaku. It's not something. Well, actually, there's a few of them, but there's this one like Nopon. Those little guys who follows you around.
Yeah.
Or whenever we get too near, he's like, "This world has so many amazing places in it." It's the most obnoxious thing.
So
there's another one
in English now.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so charming. And there's this other one from Kotaku, which is actually kind of bad. But there's one part where you're like fighting these guards or whatever, and they just keep saying like, "Hey, don't forget about me" or something like just. Oh God.
I'm excited to play it.
It's polarizing, that's for sure, but I think that's what's so amazing about it. So yeah, hey, if you like Xenoblade, enjoy. Woo! Anyway, last topic. I just added this one because I just want to go through some of the indies that sort of just got announced to be coming to Switch this month, which is cool. First up, The Sexy Brutale. I don't know too much about this game. I've just heard great things. From asking someone on Twitter, apparently it almost plays out like Groundhog Day, where you go and you gather information and then you try again and that kind of thing. So certainly interesting concept for a game. I know Majora's Mask toyed with that a little bit in a side quest. We also have Mutant Mudds Collection, I believe it's called, coming this month. It is $15, but $10 if you preload, which is kind of the first time a Switch game has done that. It includes Mutant Mudds Super Challenge, and Mud Blocks, which is basically just a reskin version of Bomb Monkey, which, mind you, is a fantastic game. And Super Meat Boy. Not Super Meat Boy Forever, but the original, all coming to Switch in December. So definitely some great indies. Unfortunately, Hollow Knight not coming until next year. It was originally on target for this year, but better late than never. That is, again, from what I've heard, a brilliant game that I'm waiting to play on Switch. I'll definitely pick up the Sexy Brutale. I already own pretty much every version of Muds, so I'll probably skip that. And Meat Boy, I can't see myself buying the first one again, but I'll get Forever when it comes out. So I'm excited about that.
Also, all three of those games are a much better purchase than Mujo.
This is true. Don't buy Mujo, for the love of God. Don't. Please.
No matter what price these are, they're a better value.
That's true.
Even if they're like $10,000 each, they're a better value than Mujo.
Don't buy Mujo, please.
There's a game that I want to recommend that I just saw on sale on the eShop because I'm, messing around with my Switch right now.
Let's hear
And
it.
I actually just bought it. I am Satsuna.
Oh, yeah.
That game is so good. Like, I played it on PS4, and every time that I was playing, I was like, I wish this was on Vita.
And now it's handheld.
Yeah, exactly. It came out on Vita, but in Japan, they didn't release it here, so
Wow.
I'm excited to play it on my Switch. So
Very nice.
it's a really good game.
And they're coming up with a sequel in early 2018, I think, called like Lost Sphere or something. I don't know if it's actually a sequel, but kind of looks like one to me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's it for news this week. As for plugs, something I mentioned last week, which is now finally out, is the first episode of One on One, which is a BlazeKick sort of video podcast series from Tyler, where we sort of play games and just talk about whatever. In this first episode, which is starring myself, Tyler plays Stardew Valley, and we talk about Stardew Valley and Skyrim and Doom, and it's a fun time. So it's kind of long. I think it's about an hour, but if you have some time, you want to sit down, listen to it while you're doing dishes or something. I don't know what you guys do when you're bored, but do check it out. Definitely fun. Tyler has quite the impressive farm in terms of his it's a brewery, and I was mostly impressed by the extent to which it is self-sustaining, because when I play Stardew, I just keep buying crops, and it's like, well, this farm just sustains itself. It's amazing. So fun video there. Anything else to plug? Oh, Armz a song.
Oh yeah, Armz.
Song.
Yeah, Kikebosa. I recorded it. It took like 2 days. It legit took 2 days to record it. I think it came out pretty well. Like it turned out pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So check it out. There's a video. I think I put on SoundCloud. I think. So yeah, I put a link on the video. So if you guys want to check that out, and if you want the full song or something, just like let me know and I'll send you a link to it. Yeah, that's my plug.
Cool. Any plugs for Connor?
No. Last week I wrote something, and next week I'll write something, but nothing this week.
All right, so plug for next week's plug. Look out for the plug. Anyway, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may notice somebody's missing this week. And be sure to like this. Be sure to like this video if you're watching on YouTube. You can subscribe on iTunes and Google Play. Leave a review there. Oh yes, that's right. So we were having a bit of an issue with uploading there, but now we're back. And are they going to be able to go back and listen to the episodes that were not uploaded as well?
Yes, I'll check if they're currently up.
Yeah,
They go up as soon as iTunes and Google Play process them. They should be up. I set them to go up like an hour ago.
Awesome. So if iTunes is your or Google Play is your main way of listening to podcasts, welcome back.
Yeah, they're both up on Google Play at least.
Awesome.
Yep, they're both on iTunes as well.
Hype.
Enjoy catching up. And here we are. And of course, be sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm at @Dash007. Armando.
I'm at ArmzMXZ.
I'm at 331.
You can find BlazeKick at BlazeKickTweet, and you can find the podcast at Nin Unleashed. And be sure to visit BlazeKick.com for hot Animal Crossing strats. Also, I just want to point out that someone figured out in the Snow Kingdom that you can jump off the Odyssey, throw a nut, dive into it, and just keep doing that infinitely.
Okay.
Check out that video on Twitter. I'll link it in the description.
Major League Gaming strats.
Yeah. See ya.